Hi there, my name is Dakota. This is Fifth Avenue Cigars. We're doing our monthly live stream, and today through the oh, that doesn't work. I can use the magic of mitosis. All right. Well,
Symbiosis.
5 here, and today we're joined by our guest, RC.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys having me in.
Yeah.
Glad you're here.
RC is a longtime Alaskan, and has become a staple of the cigar community over the past few years.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to introduce yourself, just so that way you can say the things that you want said and not say the things you
Look,
don't want to
I'm
say.
just a regular guy that likes to smoke cigars. All right. And you guys have made a community, or helped make community here for us to have some place to come. And I mean, I love it. I love what you guys have done down here, and I'm going to be around.
Yeah.
Right on.
I mean, he's got hoodies and he's got merch even. Like,
Well, if we're gonna bring that up, let's see. So, RC is a lounge member. We love having you around. And then, you founded Arctic Burn Crew?
Right.
Okay, tell me about that.
Well,
What inspired this social group you got?
Okay. So here's the deal. I mean, we as human beings, we're tribal. Okay. We like to be around the fire and be around each other. It's the same thing with clubs. You got a great place here. Why not put something together so that we know when things are happening, when guys are coming to, or ladies are coming down to the lounge or special events. It's always cool to have a logo. People like to have, something with something on it that says, I'm part of this.
Yeah.
So it's like Teddy and I, who is another one, a big supporter.
Love
Matter of
Teddy's
fact,
great.
Teddy introduced me to the lounge. He said, "Hey, come on down. Let's check out this Fifth Avenue Cigar Lounge." And I'm like, "There's no lounge on Fifth Avenue." He said, "Shut up. Come on, we're going." So I walk in that first night, and that first thing, the decor. I mean, yes, leather and the video. I said, "Oh, okay, this could be good." Then we sat down and smoked and talked. And after a couple weeks coming down, I'm like, man, I got an idea. Let's see if we can put a crew together. Let's just get a group together, because people were meeting each other, and we were having to pass each other's phone numbers and all that. So come on, the power of Facebook.
Yeah.
Let's just get a crew together. Let's name it something. It took us 3 weeks to name it. So we're like, Great Alaska Cigar Guys. No, that don't sound good. Okay.
It's quite a bit longer.
Yeah, we had a whiteboard. Shit, we had a whiteboard with all kinds of names that we were just trying to run through what we're gonna call it. We're like, no matter what we call it, people are gonna end up just calling it the Lounge on Fifth. So let's just call it Lounge on Fifth.
We had the boiler room, or boiler plate. We had Kastner's fucking hideout, all sorts of names, and it was just like
Downside Risk was on there, which was a bar and grill in Scottsdale I used to go to.
Yeah.
So the group of guys getting together, you're starting to put out like a flyer or email flyer type thing of when you can do things.
Yes, you got like a Facebook group but it can kind of know when things are going on and all that kind of shit.
And
you got so many people. Wait, you're the only. This is the only cigar group I've ever seen. It gets people that show up that don't drink and don't smoke, but they just want to come hang out.
What did I say?
They
just want to be part of the group.
I've never seen that before.
Okay. But you know what that does, though? It gives us a couple people that really solidify what the group is. It's a group of people that just want to hang out and talk.
It just happens to be in a cigar lounge.
Right.
You have members that don't smoke. Yeah. They come in and hang out just because they want to be part of it.
Yeah. They'll grab a drink and they'll sit there and the good thing about the cigar community, and this is across the board. I mean, these are friendship sticks. That's what I call them. I've made so many friends over this little bridge builder right here. So to put a real group together with a Facebook page and a place to send the news out and special events and all that, I mean, it gives the people a sense of belonging. Okay. And again, to pick this place, to pick Fifth Avenue Cigar Lounge, it was on purpose. Okay, because again, one, you guys jumped out and took the chance of putting all the blood, sweat, and tears into bringing this to downtown Anchorage. And guys, you have no idea how many times we say we need this in Anchorage. And it's working out. So after about 2 weeks of us texting in this group, we had a huge text group going. We had 6 or 7 names. And I was sitting there one night, and we were at Trent's house. And Trent is a member here as well. And Trent goes, man, it's a pretty good crew, but let's go burn one. I said, oh, stop. Arctic Burn Crew. And he goes, yeah. And that was it. So
Let's get some hats.
Let's get some stuff. So we contacted Jim Dooley over at Dooley Sports. Okay, he does a lot of really cool stuff around town. So we contacted Jim. Jim says, hey, I can have them ready in a week. I contacted Diamond to help with the logo. Because we had a bunch of stuff. Yeah, he is the only one that touches any of my promo stuff and social media stuff.
Oh, he does all your
for my
artwork
entertainment
and stuff. Oh, no shit. Okay.
He's been my go-to guy for 20 years. Okay.
Oh, so I've seen a lot of his posters and stuff. And I didn't even know it.
His stuff is amazing.
Hey, he does good work.
So I contact him. I say, hey, this is what we have in mind. We need to have this on it, and this on it for sure, because we're going to drink and we're going to smoke, and we need a lighter or something to light stuff up with. And man, when he came back with that logo, I was like, oh, yes, perfect. Got that to Jim. Jim made the hoodies for us, and we made 50 hoodies in that first order. And in 2 weeks, done. They were gone. So we had to make another. Right now, we have almost 70 members.
Okay. Super cool.
So any given night, we post something, and some of you guys are on the page as well, and I call you members too. It's just, there's no membership fee or nothing like that. Are you cool? You smoke cigars? Give me $45. Here's a jersey.
We got people emailing the lounge like, hey, how do I get into these events? And I was like, you gotta go to Facebook. You gotta
be part of the group.
Yeah, we can't even get you in. Like, you gotta get in with them.
but and so then that moves into the fact that you all have given us a venue to come together in a common bond to say, hey, we're the cigar guys, but we like to have fun too. And some of us have pretty good resources outside in the lower 48 to bring them in for exclusive events. And one thing about entertainment in Alaska, there are lots of things to do. If you really just look around, there are a lot of things to do. But when you start doing exclusive events and not excluding people, but exclusive, we're saying, hey, if you're part of this group, you got first dibs on this special event that's going on. Okay, like that first one you guys did with me. All right.
Yeah.
I heard about that thing for about 3 weeks.
Nice.
People were posting on Facebook and, hey, how can I get into the next one? I'm like, hey, I'm primarily doing the cigar ones for my cigar group, but if we have extra, we'll let you know. Yeah. But then at the same time, keep it in mind, you want to cultivate that next level of members. So, I make sure that 20% of the people that come, whatever that number is, are people who have never been here before. Okay. So in an effort to make sure that you guys like us coming here, and when you look at your membership, you're going, hey, wait a minute, there's 10 more people that weren't here before they did that special event here. And they're coming back. So we can bring them, but you guys have to keep them.
Well, and we always kind of offered that up as like, if anybody wants, like, that's why we put, the scheduling thing out there. So all the members can see scheduled, and it's all touchscreen. Like, you can add your own things. But you were the first one to really like take advantage of it. Like, you were like, oh, I can schedule events. Okay, I'm going to schedule an event.
It's wide open. It's like, I want a Tuesday in November. It's like, cool. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
I'm going to bring 40 people down. Sounds great. You got the space. It's just, you just need to talk to us.
And then also keeping in mind, you all have loyal customers or members that you would want to get into the event. So that's why we make sure, hey, how many do we have? Well, we're only doing the number 50. We're only going to do 50 because of the size of the lounge. And here we're giving 10% to the lounge. So doing the math, you guys get 5 to hand out to whoever. Now, we don't have an expectation that we do something and a paying member has to sit outside. That's not the expectation. But the people that have the passes at that time when the door is open must have priority.
Well, I mean,
they need to have
they all have access to it. So
Right.
Like, but if you show up on the night, it's like, well, that's why it's on the calendar. It's a scheduled event.
Right.
And it's just like any other thing. Like, if we had 45 people in the lounge and you for no event and you showed up, I'm sorry, we're at capacity. You know what I mean? It's not because of the event. You know what I mean?
It's
It's
on
like
the calendar.
we have a
I
capacity
email
limit.
you guys 3 times a month.
Yeah.
If you want me to really send you text messages, I totally
Yeah,
can.
it's like we have a capacity limit, but it's like your events work into that. So it's like members can come as well, but it's like on any given night, if 45 people are in the lounge, sorry, we're at capacity, no more members can come in. And it's not because we scheduled an event, it's just because we happen to be full.
Right.
You know, it's like if you go to a restaurant and there's no tables left, it's like it's not like because there's a special event, it's just, they're busy, they're full.
I
It
will
kind of
be
happens.
at that table in 5 minutes.
I've
But,
had
you
the
know-
soup du jour, sir. I know how it tastes.
Right. And then the other thing is that, you know, you guys give us an opportunity to bring artists up here that don't like to be in big venues anymore. You know, there are a few guys that come here with me that if people knew they were in town, I could fill up half of the Performing Arts Center. But they're coming for the weekend just to enjoy Alaska, but
They
they
wanna
want
do
to
a
play
jam
something.
session.
Yeah, they just want to play.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what we have
I mean,
with
Eric
these
Clapton comes
guys.
to mind. Like he only does small, like he only does small, like little tiny
Yeah.
venues.
So one of the guys that's going to be there, he's Kid Rock's opening band. You know?
Oh man.
And you know, he's a big time guy, and one of the bass guy, he's got like 6 Grammys. You know, he's on everybody's record. You know, so we get to have these guys to ourselves for that night for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And half of the people that are going to be there aren't going to really understand who they are, and I'm not going to stand up there and give their resume. But these are outstanding artists that are coming. And then the comedian, he came in here with us and smoked with us a couple months ago.
Oh,
You know, his family lives in Anchorage. But
no.
he's rolling around with Bill Bellamy's.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Very cool.
So it's gonna be a good night.
Well, that stage will be up in the next couple of weeks.
Mhm.
We have all the materials. We got a plan. We just need to execute, and there'll be a couple late evenings.
We just need
Sounds
to
good.
loosen up some time in our schedule to get it done, but
Yep.
we're gonna figure it out.
Well, if I need to come down too, you know, I'm willing to come down the hill.
I don't worry about it.
Yeah, we'll have.
Yeah,
We
no,
got it
it's
All right.
Should we talk about what we're smoking,
cigars?
maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe what we're drinking?
Well, as per usual, got the Red Bull and the Diesel Vintage. Diesel Vintage, kind of a newer one that got. I haven't tasted the shorty, but one of our customers really likes the shorty, and he says it's better than the shorty. Man, I don't know if I could say
Wait.
I don't like the shorty at all. This is better.
Really? So,
it's-
so not a fan so far.
I
Is
mean,
the Diesel Shorty customer you're talking about the one that I think you're talking about?
5 every time it comes in.
Okay.
Boy.
Now,
There's a reason we have 35 empty boxes of Diesel Shorties.
Yeah.
It's a damn-
yeah.
no, it's not bad. It's just very, very bold on the nose. You like a Maduro. This is gonna be like the boldest of Maduros. I kind of knew that going into it because of how much he smokes, and he grabs 2 of these every time now too. I'm gonna keep powering through that first light up. That was
I've had 3 of those. After about the first inch, it mellows out a lot.
good because you know what I'm talking about.
You're about happy. It's a lot of like just heat,
Yeah.
a lot of heat, but you're almost there. Just a little bit longer, it's gonna mellow out and become like a more like mellow Maduro.
I would figure that would probably be happening with it. So, I mean, I don't even know how to explain the flavor really because it's just,
I don't know what the chemical process is, but I know if I like pre-warm it with my lighter, that doesn't happen.
yeah, not going to do that.
I know you're not
Sounds a
thinking
bit
about-
much.
Too late now.
You got the job.
Right.
Yeah, it has decent draw. The retro hell is just making me almost sneezing at the moment. Yeah. So, I mean,
So it's a man of war.
no.
It's a Man of War second.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I like mango.
Well, drink wise, I'm rolling between.
Oh, yeah. We got to talk about what you're drinking.
Yeah. Well, I'm rolling, but you know, Dr. Pepper is my go-to chaser. Okay, but I am actually drinking a little bit of what is called 20 grand gold. They make 4 different versions of this 20 grand, but this is cognac, and it's actually infused with vodka. So it's cognac infused with vodka. Has a little bit of a sweet taste to it. Here in Alaska, we can get it at Brown Jug, and it goes pretty fast. So when they do have it, if you like something like that, or if you haven't tried it, at least try it. That's my go-to
It's
sipper.
not popular to
All right.
because they have 23.
I had it for
they get it in, and then it's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, so if they had 23, I'm going to get 4 myself.
I had it for the first time 17 minutes ago, and
It's
I was quite impressed.
Yeah.
I was quite impressed.
Creamy, sweet.
Yeah.
Nothing obnoxious or weird.
Yeah,
about it.
it's
good.
it's you know what it's like. I mean, I'm having an old fashioned now, and it's no sweeter than that. It's almost like, it almost felt like, I don't know. It almost felt like a pre-made old fashioned.
Yeah.
Like you throw an orange and a cherry in there, and it's like.
I used to put ice in it. I stopped putting ice in it about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I've been drinking it for about 5 years. But it's great with cigars.
Yeah.
Great with cigars. So I'm actually smoking a My Father, Garcia and Garcia, and kind of caramely and nutty, and a little bit peppery. Okay. So, but it's a good smoke. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I've had these before. So when I found out you guys had them upstairs, that was going to be my go-to tonight. I really enjoy this cigar. This is the Judge.
The motherfucking judge.
Motherfucking jug. Here comes the jug.
And actually, sorry about the smoke, because it is billowing out in front of the camera here.
Oh, it's fine.
No.
It's effect, man. I think it
Everybody knows they're watching this cigar video.
right.
This is worse than I've seen usually. Looking back up on the screen after I take a
Remember
photo,
when we had those Gurkha
sticks
ghosts?
around.
We had Gurkha Ghosts, and the camera had trouble focusing.
Oh wow.
They're so oily.
Really?
Yeah.
I figure if we all had one of these, it'd be the same way.
Yeah. I am having an Oliva Hellion Devil's Due, which I just found out 2 weeks ago. I was going through and doing some reorganizing and looking at some numbers, and this is our best-selling cigar by almost a factor of 2.
Over the shorties?
Well, okay,
Well,
Excluding
exclu-
shorties.
well, 'cause it's one guy who's
Yeah,
driving
yeah,
that,
yeah.
right? If you just look like our general customer base, and you exclude the shorties, this is our best-selling cigar by almost a factor of 2.
Which I would never have thought that one, because I haven't smoked it.
I couldn't believe it.
But yeah,
I thought
You
the
look
red,
at a Series O or a Series G, and then you see that, and it's also Oliva, and you're like, oh, I'm
and
just going
it's
to grab that.
35% cheaper,
Yeah.
and it's a fantastic. And you know what?
90% the cigar.
So they have the red box, the gray box, and the black box, and the red is Connecticut, black is Maduro. You know what I mean? It's a gradient, right?
natural.
Natural.
White's the Maduro one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Mark of the Beast.
That's the Maduro one?
That's the Maduro.
Okay, all right. So I was off by one, right? Shift the whole thing over. But I usually smoke the red box. I like them. They're great. They're mellow, but they're they're an Oliva. They're fantastic. And so I decided to go with one of these. Noticeably more pepper right off the bat. The retro hail's gets to me just a little bit, but overall very smooth, very nice, clean cigar. The light up sucked. I will say that. The foot of it was when I first lit it up, I thought, oh shit, I gotta smoke this whole thing because now I'm on camera and I can't bitch out of it. But once I got through that and got into the barrel, fantastic. Little earthy, little pepper, maybe a little leather in there. But overall, great cigar.
Nice. Well, for myself, I'm not boozing right now, so I'm having a Black Rifle Rich Mocha energy drink here, which actually tastes pretty good. But I selected this on purpose to go with the cigar. So this is the Tyson 2.0 Undisputed, made by Gurkha. So this is a cigar and box with Mike Tyson's name and face on it. And I looked it up. It's a San Andres wrapper with a Cameroon binder and a 3-part filler, including Connecticut broadleaf and Corojo. It's not bad. It's marketed as being kind of medium-bodied with sweet notes of chocolate and pepper. And so far, I'd say it's pretty spot on. It's definitely medium. It's a very smooth, no punch in the face from the Mike Tyson cigar.
See
Does
what
have
you did
does
there.
have some cocoa chocolate a little bit, not too strong on it, but a little bit, and a little bit of pepper, but well balanced. I'd say it's just as marketed. It's medium bodied, a little bit of chocolate, a little cocoa, and the chocolate from this is going nicely, which is why I paired it on that. But yeah, I'm hit and miss historically with Gurkha. I've had some ones that I really liked and ones that I really didn't, so wasn't sure what to expect. But I'm pleased so far. I've got a very nice, clean, crisp ash, and again, this is probably the newest and most exciting item to our humidor.
I think the hit and miss is pretty much everybody with Gurkha.
Yeah.
You know,
mean,
I don't like to poo on anybody. It's like, but I've had some great flavored ones,
Yeah.
and then from the same box, I've had ones that were, it's like, anyway, just horrible. You
Well,
know,
yeah.
so,
When Gurkha's like, when you make 1 million cigars a year, I mean, even if your
Yeah.
failure rate is 1%, that's a lot of cigars.
yeah.
But it never occurred to me to pair a cigar with one of the coffee drinks.
Yeah.
And now that I've seen you do it, I'm like, why did I never do that?
Yeah.
That sounds like a great idea.
It's going pretty well. Yeah.
For me, I'm doing an old fashioned with their in-house bourbon, which I won't fucking tell you what it is. And,
They're not paying me, so I'm fucking telling
Yeah,
you.
exactly. But I'm having Blind Man's Bluff from Caldwell. I've never had one before, surprisingly, and it says Denali on the sticker for some reason.
We've had those in for years, and this is your first one.
I don't do a lot of Caldwells. Their marketing is so strong, it makes me very suspicious of the quality.
We've only had this in for this.
I was gonna say you're lying because I know we haven't had this in for years. That's why I grabbed the tag. I was like, I think that's
It's
full of
it's
shit.
Maduro. I didn't look up any of the marketing wank on this, but so far it's been almost like a Sumatra wrap, even though it's a Maduro. It's got that subtle hint of like white pepper in the background the whole time, which isn't overwhelming. I actually enjoyed on this one. It's got a little bit of black coffee, a little bit of cedar. There's no sweetness to it really, but it's very oily. And the old fashioned's kind of cutting through the pepper a little bit, which is nice. And I did retrohale it, and it made me cry.
I'm turning a little bit right.
Just a lot of pepper, but overall, like it's a quality cigar. As I get further down the barrel, I hope that it kind of progresses and changes a little bit, but it might be consistent all the way through. I don't know.
Well, it's pretty neat because this is Blind Man's Bluff Maduro.
Yeah.
And then it says, "We own the night." So they're feeling
I
pretty
could
good about it.
Definitely see this being like the thing you want after your taste buds are blown out after 5 or 6 drinks. You know, it's super strong.
It's making a statement.
It makes a statement. It's a very strong flavored profile cigar. That coffee, the white pepper, and the cedar are just like,
Yeah.
So
You know what I had
Yeah.
last night was we got the new Lost and Founds in,
Mhm.
and I had to adjust the tip, and I actually picked it because it's about the same. It's roughly the same size. I don't remember the
you
actual.
picked it because of the name.
No,
Don't
I
lie.
really didn't. I picked it because it was new,
Just the
and
tip,
it's roughly the same size as a Hellion. And I know I like Hellions. I thought, oh, okay, I know how long I have before I've got to leave.
it's a long burning cigar.
I gave myself an hour and 20 minutes watching football, and had to abandon it. It's like, well, shit, I gotta go. I even stayed 10 minutes late and had to go.
Super creamy cigar.
It was I liked it. I liked it a lot. In fact, I had no intention of. I was going to smoke it down to I burned my fingers, and it was a great cigar.
But you had to let it die with dignity. right?
Yeah,
You had to go ahead
exactly.
and put it
Yeah,
down. Let it
like,
die with
all
dignity,
right,
yeah.
see you later, young lady. I gotta go.
A lot of people don't know that term, die with dignity. You see a lot of people just stamping it out.
Oh yeah.
Die there with dignity.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Dr. Garo mentioned this. I thought that was kind of an interesting concept. It's never occurred to me. If you're done with the cigar, it's still burning, you put it down, take the band off, throw the band away.
Oh, yeah.
That way it's not discouraging people from buying that specific brand.
What is it? The cigar, the cigar snob magazine. They have a podcast too where they've talked about that, and
It's like you enjoyed the cigar, but you're done. Take the band off. Like,
yeah,
and it's sitting in the tray or whatever. People aren't going to be discouraged. Oh, well, that must be a shitty cigar. No, it's a good cigar.
Yeah, that's a good point. Subliminals.
yeah.
Yeah, people will often see that as a sign of a failed cigar.
I also liked how he dealt with booking or like uneven burning. He's like, oh, you just tap the ash off and grind that bitch right off and relight it. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, well, I've got experience. This is how Perdomo does it.
I've been
So,
making
yeah.
cigars for 30 years. I might know.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't
shit,
realize
okay.
he was making cigars.
30
for so
years,
long.
yeah. When I picked him up at the airport, we went and had lunch, and he's like, oh yeah, and I go, okay, so how long have you been like making cigars? It's like, making or just involved with? Making. He goes, 30 years.
Wow.
Holy shit,
Yeah.
30 years.
Wow.
30 years, and but with Garo, I mean, promotional wise, it's been more recent.
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
his name out there. But
I think what's his name? David Blanco has a lot to do with that. He paired up with him, and he's telling me roughly when he met him, and that's about the time his advertising started.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I see what's going on here.
Well, I found it funny that he flew up here, was here for 2.5 days.
Yeah.
So he was here for 2.5 days.
Okay.
Left his event to go to the airport. I mean, the event was winding down, but left his event to go to the airport to go back to Southern California. He had 5 patients scheduled for the next day, and then he was getting on a plane that night to go to the Dominican Republic to go to the factory.
Right.
And we were talking about him about it, and he's like, no, you don't understand. Like, this is fun. I love traveling. This is relaxing to me. And I'm like, oh, you've mastered how to sleep on the plane. He's like, yes, but.
I mean, some people find entertainment in video games. He finds entertainment in business.
You know what I found really interesting about him too? When we went to lunch, I ordered food. He goes, "What are you gonna get?" And I ordered food, and he goes, "Okay, I'll have that." And then she said, "Would you like a drink?" And I ordered a drink, and he goes, "Okay, I'll have that." And it's like nobody's ever ordered my drink. Nobody drinks what I drink. And when he went out, when Lori took him out the next day for lunch, he did the same thing. He's like, I just want to have what's local. What do you guys like? What do you guys have here?
He's
And
like,
that.
I don't
It's
want to
like,
go to the tourist spots. Where would you go for breakfast?
Yeah.
Where would you go for a relaxing sightseeing trip?
Yeah.
Where would you go?
And so, and I took him to the same place for lunch. Like, on my day off, me and my wife, that's where we go for lunch. And so I took him there. And
So I'll take him to lunch next time. We'll get ourselves a Scotty meatball sub, and
and you can eat it standing on Fifth Avenue. Have a Red Bull and a meatball sub.
He's the only dude I've had in the Jeep who sat in there, and the minute he saw it, he's like, that's an excellent smoking lounge. Walked out there, he's like, this would be great cruising down the coast, having a cigar. And I'm like, it is.
Yeah.
He's like, exactly.
just to clarify, his Jeep doesn't have anything for walls.
Oh, it has half doors and it has a bikini top on it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
I've hosted a few guys or people here in Anchorage, and some of them are like that. They're like, we want to go to the local. We want to invest
want
in the
Alaska.
local economy, but we also want to eat what you guys are eating.
Yeah.
And we have a couple of go-to breakfast places and
Yeah.
lunch places. But
Harley's.
Harley's is great.
Harley's, oh, yeah.
All right. Jackie's place over in Spinard.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, Jackie's place.
Is a good place.
There's
If you're on a high,
Yeah,
you're on a
still
high
live.
protein
Oh, yeah.
diet,
Yeah.
Jackie's place is the
Yeah.
place to go.
It's a great
I
place.
heard they were selling,
No,
but
they're gonna be around.
There was a rumor floating around in
Mhm.
COVID that they were thinking about
Okay.
selling, but
Well, I
they
mean,
did not.
COVID happened. So
Yeah.
everyone
Well,
was thinking
everybody
about
was
selling.
freaking out when COVID happened, but
But that was one of the restaurants that was tough, that stuck around and didn't lose any customers or anything.
Yeah.
But the food is great, and it's
Oh, yeah.
already a local.
establishment.
Oh, it's a staple.
iconic
well,
place.
if you know anything about Spinard, you've been to Jackie's
Yeah.
place.
And then Harley's same
Mama
way,
O's and Jackie's.
Mama O's,
Yeah.
and then up the street, Gwenny's.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
great, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Don't do it. Here, I'm
They're
gonna tell
a
you
staple
something.
whether you like them or not.
Right, but I'm gonna tell you something. I brought a bunch of guys up here from the NBA. Okay, we were going fishing out of Seward, and one of them had been here before, and I was headed to another restaurant, and because of who he was, he's like, I want to go to Gwenny's. I said, well, tell me why. He said, the crab omelet, and I said, oh. I had been up here since '96. I never had the crab omelet. Okay. Okay. Oh my God.
I might need to go to Gwenny's.
So we all get in there. There's about 8 of us, and he orders this crab omelet, and then I'm like, I never had it. Let me try it. Man, the first forkful, I'm hooked. I'm hooked. So if you haven't had the crab omelet
at
at
Gwenny's.
Gwenny's, you gotta have
So
it.
anytime
I'll
I've
have to
been to
try it.
Gwenny's, I've never actually looked over the seafood section or anything that says fish or.
Well, they're known for their chicken fried steak is pretty famous.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's what I got. Yeah, exactly.
And then I take them to Jackie's place for reindeer sausage.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you always want to
Yeah,
tell them, hey, you came to Alaska, you ate reindeer, you tell your kids Rudolph's not coming this Christmas. That kind of stuff.
One
So-
place I do got to suggest for breakfast is F Street Station. The only thing they have for breakfast is eggs Benedict,
It's
and that's only on Saturday and Sunday.
Really?
It's phenomenal.
Okay. Might have to check it out.
F Street is I mean, locally it's not, but like amongst tourists and stuff, it's slept on how good their food is.
Mhm. Yeah.
Wednesdays, their
Which is the
soup
best
is.
place to bring people.
Yeah.
Which is the best place to get
That's where
calamari.
that's where I actually took
Okay.
Dr. Garro. Was it?
Okay,
He was
F
like, "Where do you
Street.
want to go?" I was like, "We can go to F Street, but it might be hard to get in because like it's lunchtime and
Yeah, I mean, heart of downtown. It's
yeah."
White
And
Spot? White Spot?
White Spot's pretty good. White Spot has good burgers.
I mean, they've been there since the 50s for a reason.
Their omelets are pretty. They have a reindeer omelet that's
The
pretty
fish
killer,
sandwich
but
over there.
they don't have a crab omelet.
That
though.
fish sandwich, man.
Their chicken fried
Ooh.
steak, it's done differently than everyone else.
Mhm.
So like they have their own recipe for chicken fried steak. It's very different. But the way they do that crispy outside and the gravy on it, if you go in like I want a standard chicken fried steak, you're gonna be disappointed. But if you go in like looking for a chicken fried steak, that's
A little different.
very different,
Okay.
but good.
You guys gonna have
Best
me
place to go.
driving around the city
Yeah.
this weekend. All
You know,
right.
that is one of my favorite things about people, especially Alaskans in general. Most Alaskans call what Anchorage 15 miles outside of Alaska or something like that, right?
15 minutes, yeah.
Something like that. And then downtown specifically, like, oh, I don't like downtown. But the great thing about downtown is there's no chains. No matter where you eat or drink, you're sporting local, and it's all very different and very varied and everything.
You know,
like,
just one. Simon, or not Simon.
Sullivan. Okay, technically
That
Sullivan.
is the only chain, but I didn't know it was a chain until
Well-
I was like 26.
Well, it's a chain in the idea that when you're flying on a plane and you look through an airport, if you look at an airplane
you see
magazine,
it.
it's like, oh, we have one in Singapore, one in Chicago,
In
we have one in
Anchorage.
Anchorage.
Yeah.
There's not very many of them.
Yeah.
And,
There's like 9 of them maybe in the world.
Something else that's cool about our community, and we're talking about food because when you smoke these cigars, you get a little bit hungry.
Yeah.
Get a little bit.
Yeah.
So we're tying it back into the conversation here. But Club Paris, the steak.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I don't know if it's the fact that what they're cooking it on is seasoned, been there for a while or anything. Hands down, best steak in town.
Yeah.
Club Paris.
They use the double muskie out in Girdwood
Mm-hmm.
and Club Paris used to be the same owners, right? Same chefs, same everything else. They go between the two, right? They sold off the double muskie years ago and focused on Club Paris, like back in the 90s.
Okay.
But the double muskie uses the same recipes. So like if you get the double muskie cookbook, you can make the exact same steak they make today at home. Their marinade's super simple. It's just like Worcestershire, a little bit of soy sauce, lemon, garlic, fresh garlic, pepper, and no salt.
Isn't Double Muskie the only 4-star restaurant in Alaska or something like that? Only 5-star.
Yeah, which
Okay.
is weird because there's no reservations. You just show up
Yeah.
and like you might get a table.
Yeah. Oh,
No.
I
Have
like
you-
the beef tips down there, man.
Yeah.
You
Double
remember
musky
the-
beef tips.
Gator ribs.
Woo.
Gator ribs.
you ever had the chili over at Club Paris?
Yeah.
Do you know they make that with the steaks that they don't use from the night before?
Well, it's good.
It's
Same with the burger.
fantastic. Yeah, the
Same with the
burgers are the
burgers.
same way.
Okay, best burger. in
Yeah,
town.
so their burgers and their chili is all made with the steaks that they don't sell from the night before.
Huh.
So they only make so much of it, and when that chili sells out, that's it.
done. But I've had it.
And it's fantastic.
If you're doing lunch, the burgers,
Mhm.
same idea. It's the steaks from the night before plus about 20% bacon, and it's $16. For $16 on the house baked bun with a custom patty like that, that's the best fucking burger in town.
Wow.
Hands goddamn down. They
Hold
haven't
on.
changed the price in years.
Altura gives them a run. I don't know when this turned into a food live stream.
I tied it back in. Hey,
No,
we're,
you did-
we're,
you
we're
did
smoking
good.
and we're getting hungry.
I'm
I wish I had a hoagie to put on the table. and just be like,
We already told them what we're smoking.
But Altura,
I will agree.
we
I will
can't.
agree.
We got to give Altura there too. He crushes it over there.
Oh.
That best fried chicken sandwich in the city that I've ever had.
Oh yeah.
So because it rolled into talking about food too, that's another thing that's attractive about us coming down and hanging out with you guys at this lounge. You guys are regular guys with really good energy, and that we talk about it. You guys run off and we're like, oh man, he's cool. Well, what about the other? No, hold on, he's coming.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
but
shit,
you all,
I shit.
but and I've been in here enough with enough people around here. You guys are doing it right, so I want to give you your flowers publicly.
Hmm.
Well, thank
We
you.
appreciate what you're doing down here, and I'm speaking for a bunch of guys,
Yeah.
or a bunch of people, because we have ladies in the group too.
Yeah.
You know, so we can talk
Yeah.
about that. You know, we would like to see, you know, maybe a promotion for the ladies.
Yeah,
Because they're telling me, the ones that are wearing our jersey, the Arctic Burn Crew ladies are saying, well, when you guys gonna do something for us?
If you have an
And I
idea
was
how to
like-
put it together, we are 100% about it.
Well, they're asking. The
Okay.
ladies are asking
Well,
because
so
I didn't know so many ladies smoke cigars.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
no idea.
well, and so there's 5 of us that own the lounge. 4 of us are sitting at the table.
Mhm.
The only one that's not is Lori, who's
Yep.
female. So
Well, then
Directors.
maybe
director.
okay.
Well,
Well,
you know what I mean.
then maybe Lori can be the host of a ladies' night,
Yeah.
okay, and then we can help the guys. We can
Yeah.
help promote it, and we can sponsor, you know, ladies to come, and
Yeah.
you have, you know, maybe you have something where you explain the cigars to them, or you know, all the way from lighting it. I can't tell you how many new people will come to the lounge and they don't know how to light a cigar, okay, or no, and the
I
other
make
thing,
sure
they
to-
don't even know how to smoke a cigar,
I go
and they
out
come
of
to
my way
smoke,
to
and I
try
tell
and
them, you
meet every
taste
new
the
member.
cigar.
I tried to go out of my way to meet every new member to
Mhm.
make sure that they're good, they have any questions, et cetera, but we've had so many new goddamn
Yeah.
members. Like,
Yeah.
It's a lot,
becoming
and that's a good
blur
thing.
at this
Yeah.
point,
That's
you
a
know?
good thing. But you know, you guys are very courteous hosts. Okay.
Well, and that's it.
And it shows. And again, guys, I am one of the guys that is sitting in the room when you gentlemen are running around here making sure everything's good. So whatever you all are doing, to include, you know, your other partner, the other director,
Yeah.
you guys keep doing that, okay? Because we're going to be here to support you.
And that was part of like, so since we're a 501c3, so we're a nonprofit. So it's like, we're not doing this. We're not salesmen. We have this because this is what we wanted. Like,
But I am.
well, yeah, you.
And you got a couple other people
Yeah.
that are loyal members.
Yeah.
That's what we do. I've been doing entertainment in Alaska since 1996.
Yeah.
So when I put my name on something and say, hey, we're going to go do something,
Yeah.
people will come out, you know, and especially people who enjoy just having a mellow, good time.
Yeah.
And they know it's not going to be any trouble. You know, the cool thing about having a members only situation is they don't have to worry about the common troublemaker,
Yeah.
all right,
Mhm.
walking in the door
Oh, yeah.
while they're smoking their cigars or having their drinks, or the guys that bring their ladies with them. They
Yeah.
know it's going to be a chill night.
That's
know,
I mean, the membership
so-
process is how we weed out assholes.
I mean, no
Generally.
offense to the downtown establishments, but I mean, in the recent past, there's been some nasty articles out about what has been going on downtown with violence and stuff like
But
that.
it's not happening here.
We can bring them on
Yeah.
in, and they can be comfortable with
Yeah.
not having to deal with. I mean, even though we are downtown, they don't have to worry about those guys.
Yeah, but
So
but we're a couple of levels of room removed, you know.
Mhm.
Nobody can just walk in the door.
Right.
And there's a vetting process.
And
Like,
that's what's good about it. And honestly, I keep using the word attractive, but that's what's attractive about it. So when I tell someone, hey, I'm going to do an event, well, no, why don't you move that over to this other place and do 100 people? No, this is specifically for the cigar community. And what I'm talking about, the next one that's coming up is this month. Okay, the 27th, Friday
Cigars and
night.
guitars.
Cigars and guitars.
Okay.
I'm excited.
And
to meet
that-
some of these folks.
Yeah. The thing about it is,
One
you
of
know,
them is an idol of mine.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's coming. He's
I'm
going to be
excited.
here. And the big thing about it is, you know, it's a cigar community event, and it's a VIP. You got it. Well, how's a VIP? Well, these are very important people to us.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
And you know, when you give somebody a VIP badge or a
I saw those. I got
But
excited.
I had no idea. You know, I found out last year that people are saving these badges, and they'll come up to me and say, "Hey, I've got 9 of your events," or something like that. And I'm like, but that's why I keep doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Taking pictures
Because-
for social media like Michael Phelps.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know, but to work with people like you gentlemen,
Joe Montana with all his rings.
where you have a comfortable venue for us to come and have a really nice time.
Yeah.
I mean, the last one we did, I got a lot of feedback. It was like, oh man, the place was nice. I'm coming back, yada yada. And I know for a fact a few of my friends that weren't members, they're members and they're participating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. But this next one's gonna be really fun. I'm looking forward to it. All right.
I got to say, if we track the analytics and it looks back as like whenever we have, you know, membership sign up, we can look at a graph and everything. And you can just look at a giant graph over the past, like however long we've been open. And we can tell when you have events because it's like, you know, it slowly grows and then RC has an event. And then it slowly grows and then RC has an event.
But the thing about it is, I'm just the guy putting it together. if the people weren't participating, it wouldn't be that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I give the credit to the folks in Anchorage that want to have a night. They want to have a comfortable, nice time.
Yeah.
Okay. And the other thing is they want to be around people like them.
Yeah.
You know, so as we vet the list, as I personally hand out these passes, I'm like, yeah, this person will fit that night. You know, no, next one. I'll get you on the next one or whatever. You know, so I'm really excited about
You'd be the
what it's
best
going to
wedding
be this
planner
time.
ever.
Well, but your marketing prowess is, I mean, there's so many things you just know inherently that we don't. You know, we don't know. It's not our expertise. We don't generally know how to market what we have. You know what I mean?
Well,
but
you leave that to us as the members. Okay, there's nothing better than word of mouth. There's nothing better than, we call it edification. Okay, edification is the best introduction ever. Okay, to where I can say, hey, you know, you're in town for a couple nights, make sure you stop by the lounge. Did you know we had a lounge? Yeah. Hey, talk to, and I'll give them names. Like, hey, you know, when you get there, make sure you see Dakota. Or, you know, make sure you talk to the guys.
Like,
you know?
More than I can count people you've sent in here. It's like, oh, I know you, and it's like, I've never met you in my life.
Well, like I said, when you edify the situation, one, it has to be worthy of the edification. Okay, and two, when you experience it, the feedback has to come back the same. Hey, it's everything you told me it was going to be, or man, that was way better than I expected. So, you know, I hate to keep giving you guys, you know, all the flowers here, but you're doing it though, you know. And, you know, and when we're building something, you know, in my experience here in Alaska, I started out in entertainment here in 1996. Okay, and it was actually over a cigar. Talking to a gentleman about what they needed. Yeah,
because
well,
that was like the peak of the crime wave.
Let me tell you something, man. Okay, Anchorage, Alaska is a very discerning community. Okay, I lost more money in that first year as a promoter here than I want to talk about. Okay, but we made a deal with used to be the Northern Lights Hotel.
Oh yeah.
They had a nice little ballroom area. And there was a need for certain types of entertainment parties, you know, and I was like, well, we got a DJ and, you know, you guys saying there's no clubs, well, we're going to do it. So on Friday and Saturday night, we would turn the ballroom into a nightclub. And that was the launch of it. But we had to make sure that we were giving the people what they wanted. And you guys are giving the people what they want here. Okay.
You must know my boss, my old boss, Jay. Big Filipino guy.
Yeah. And so it's a small community too. You know, any other place, I was military for years, so I moved around the country quite a bit. Any other place that's 6 or 7 degree, I can't remember what they call it, but 6 or 7 degrees of separation.
Oh yeah.
It's only 2 or 3 here.
Oh, up here? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I don't go to Costco anymore, because I'm tired of talking to people.
It's only 2 or 3. So, you know, the promotion side, because of the size of the lounge, is pretty easy because, you know, I'm used to doing 800, 900 person events down at, you know, the ballroom in the Captain Cook, or, you know, doing the shows over at Performing Arts Center or whatever. So it's kind of easy to get 50 people to come to the lounge based on size.
Well, and you have the reputation too that like
it does proceed.
It doesn't seem like people generally tell you no when you offer them something.
But you know, the other thing is the feedback I'm getting is when they come in here and they don't know about cigars, you guys would take the time to walk into the humidor with them, to help them pick a cigar or to suggest a cigar. I can't tell you how many times they come back and say, oh man, I didn't know what I was going to smoke. And he went in with me and just put something in my hand and said, try this. This is going to work.
What do you like?
and damn if it didn't.
Well, that's the thing too, is I think that kind of helps us, like being a nonprofit, like I was saying, is like, we don't do the lounge for money. We don't, there's no money there. And we do it because we like it. We do it because we wanted a lounge. And like, I mean, before it was ready to open, we just went and hung out. Like, I remember me and Ben, like, it would be like
we've been here late,
dude. It would be like we had, I think 2 years in a row. It was like, was it Christmas or like it was like
New Year's?
It was like
New Year's.
It was New Year's Day.
Yeah.
It was New Year's Day when like there's nothing going on. There's nothing going on. But the lounge is like kind of done. And so me and Ben would meet up here and we watch like 4 movies and just smoke like 3 cigars and drink and like.
I remember walking down on you guys and it's just like, all right, I'll sit down for a little while. What are you watching? Rocktopus.
Yeah. So we watched just the crappiest B movies, whatever, but just
Yeah.
having fun, hanging out. And it was like, I mean, we were doing it before anybody else was allowed to come in. It's like, this is what we wanted. And
But
we,
you guys
yeah.
tested, that was the proof of concept. Though.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
proof of concept was if you can sit here and be comfortable in the situation,
Yeah.
your guests should be able to do it as well.
Yeah.
Especially if, again, 3 degrees of separation in Anchorage. So
Yeah.
you can call 10 people. And people always ask me, well, what's the secret sauce? The secret sauce is friendship.
Yeah.
That's what the secret sauce is. So if you've got 10 friends
Yeah.
and you tell them, hey, man, I'm doing something and I need you to bring 2 couples or I need you to bring 4 of your buddies. You've just, that person becomes what I classify as a center of influence.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have 10 friends that are centers of influence. Dude, 4 people each. You do
Yeah.
the math.
Yeah.
You're done. Okay. So you stamp sold out on it. You put that out there. Hey, the event sold out. Man, did you hear those last 2 events at the Fifth Avenue
Sold
Cigar?
out.
Sold out. So next time
That's
we
a
better
psychological thing right there.
get on the website
Yeah.
and see what's coming up in January. Because guess what's coming in January, guys? Newsflash, smokes and jokes.
Smokes and jokes.
Okay. I got 3 comedians that want to come do something with us in the lounge. Okay.
That's awesome.
So we're gonna get cigars and guitars done, and come
gotta run
March
Solar
time
Food
frame, we're gonna do smokes and jokes in March.
We,
And guess what? You can't get in unless you know somebody.
yeah, that's the key.
Okay.
Can't get in unless you know
So
somebody.
we dropped it right here on the session. Smokes and jokes in March.
Smokes and jokes in
Okay.
January. We might have
Don't
to
do
get
it in January because I won't be here.
we might have to get a photographer and get permission from members to take some pictures during something like this.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing is like we don't generally allow photography unless you have permission from because you don't want
From everybody that
You won't
Oh,
even
yeah,
have to do that
exactly,
because here's what I will do. Because remember, I've been promoting here a long time, and I love partnering with you guys.
That's
All right.
part of coming in.
So on
you're
the
like,
back of my pass,
pictures.
on the back of my pass, I'm just going to put the information on the back of the pass. We will be taking pictures. If you have a problem with us taking pictures, give the pass back.
if
We'll give it to another
if your wife thinks you're
All
at
right.
Tom's house, you better watch for that fucking photographer.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if all those celebrities that gave us the testimonials would, kind of promote us. But
Well,
yeah, guys.
RC, to send some flyers back your way, man. I mean, we built a room, and it's a dope ass room.
It is.
But it's just a room if people don't hang out. You've done a great job. Like, I love having you here.
Yeah.
You bring good people.
Appreciate that.
This is not a stuffy place, but we want ladies, we want gentlemen, we want politeness, friendship, camaraderie, like you said. And you do a great job
People having a good time.
bringing the type of people that we always dreamt of seeing here. So we appreciate you very much, and we're proud to have you,
You
as
are
a,
more than welcome.
as a member here to be your home base. I
I'm
couldn't
just
be
glad.
more excited.
I'm just glad you guys have something for us here in Anchorage. I'm tired of, I fly a lot. I'm in other cities. I have a couple favorite lounges that I go to in other cities, but to have something right here at home. I mean, I'm on the other side of town, guys. I drive all the way from South Anchorage to come sit in this lounge and smoke my cigars. Okay.
We appreciate
And,
that.
and I know a bunch of other people that do the same.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So just keep doing what
But when I saw it, we really do like having you here to the point where like football on Thursday night when we were hanging out, and very rarely do I have a chance to like actually come down and sit and relax. 'Cause there's always people in and out, and I don't want to miss customers. So I generally hang out upstairs, but it's like I saw you and your and some of your buddies were here, and I was like, I'm gonna go hang out in the lounge.
Well,
Because I know all the people you bring in, and now I know them as members and as friends, and it's like, oh, there's 8 guys I know downstairs. I want to go down and have a stick. And it's like I know I can't finish it, but I can carve out a little time to come down and hang out.
This is where I go back and tell you guys, because you do that, okay?
Yeah.
When you walk off, we go, hey, pretty cool. Yeah, cool. So the feedback comes,
I mean, I'm a robot. You guys like me, so
You're the most popular one of all of us.
I don't know why.
Well, you know what?
Damn
First
robot.
in, because you're the first one I met.
Yeah.
Okay. My first night here, you were the host.
He
Okay.
is the most active of all of us. He's on
all
top of the
but-
emails and phone
But
calls.
guys,
and stuff.
listen, there's nobody at this table that has ever turned away one of my friends that I brought here, or turned them, away from coming back to the lounge. Okay. And that right there because there's this thing called reputation risk. You guys keep talking about all of our reputation, or we're talking about all of our reputation. When you have a reputation risk, you're not going to put that person back in that situation again, okay? Because you don't want them to say, hey, RC recommended that I go down there, and man, all those guys were assholes. You don't want that, okay?
There's already a lounge that does that.
Next subject. So the price of tea is, so the price of tea in China is going up tomorrow. Did you know? That's how I changed the subject. You guys got any investments in cheap tea?
We're about mid-stick, so like, how's your cigar?
Should we go back through impressions? We got 10 minutes left, so we should probably. Yeah, we kind of flew through this.
A lot of inside baseball.
So you mentioned Man of War earlier, and yeah, that thing was hitting hard, like the nicotine rushed to my head for a little while.
You're getting a little
red there.
Yeah. So I was feeling that, but it did mellow out a little bit. Still, like it's not oily like some Maduros out there. I still can't explain the taste. It's like it's not my cup of tea, but I definitely know which kind of person to send this to.
This is the diesel vintage, huh?
Yeah, diesel vintage. If you do like the darker, richer Maduro, I mean, I would say very rich in your average Maduro flavors. They're not peppery, not.
Give me an idea of the price point on that.
Oh, I forgot to look.
Okay.
It's a couple bucks more than Shorty. It's pretty affordable.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
as we know, our humidor
Right,
gets
cheaper than a
expensive,
Hellion?
but Same-ish, same
Same-ish?
ballpark.
Okay.
Within a couple
All right,
bucks.
I want to give one of those a go.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it personally.
I didn't think they would sell that fast either, but because of our excellent customer, he, like I said, buys 2 every time it comes in. So I'm gonna say it's good if you really like a deep, rich Maduro.
I saw him pull up in his 1989 IROC today.
Yeah.
Like,
There he is.
I went out and tinkered on that with him before, and like,
It is.
whoever had it previously bought the right parts but didn't know how to install them. So like, he's been going through fixing little leaks
Yeah.
and like improperly installed
I mean,
gaskets.
it makes it here, so
Yeah, I mean,
something was done right.
It rumbles.
yeah.
That's for sure.
The thing definitely has more horsepower than stock.
It's the back windscreen is plexiglass.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Can't find the proper, or you could find the proper glass for it, but that's going to cost them way too much to get shipped up here, and then you got to get it shipped up here intact.
No. You get full coverage on it. You get glass coverage on it, and then you wait 6 months, and you're like, "Hey, my back window broke."
I tried to do that on the Rambler, and they're just like, no.
What you doing? So I'm on the again, guys. I'm on that my father, and when people ask me, it's tasty. Okay, notes. It's a little bit nutty, but
Is it a snack or a meal?
it's a meal. And this is one of the ones that I don't rush. I definitely don't rush through my father.
No,
Okay,
that's
I like
it's
them. I
really
like a good
tasty,
my
but you
father,
gotta let it burn. And yeah, good notes, really good notes.
The retro hail on mine is pretty peppery.
You're having
Still.
the Oliva
The
Hellion.
Oliva Hellion Devil's Dew specifically, which is comes in a gray box. If you want to quickly identify it, the humidor comes in the gray band. The leather is picking up. Almost thought I was getting like some nuttiness in there, but now I'm thinking it's probably cedary. But it's a kind of a rich, kind of full-bodied for sure. But overall, very good. Overall, very good. I think the black band. I haven't had one of the black band ones, which I can't remember what it's called. It's not the Devil's
It's just
Dew.
the Hellion.
Oh, is it just the Hellion?
Extra
Okay.
to it, yeah.
I think that and the black band are going to be my next 2 cigars, just because I want to.
Now, you like the Diesel Shorty, so
I do like diesel shorties. I got no problem with them. I mean, they're kind of a staple cigar for me. It's like I don't know. I know this. Let's go. I know how long it takes to smoke. I know the flavor profile. I know what to expect.
The uncut.
I'm not a fan. Yeah. That thing was
more
the
brisk.
one of
I
your
think
worst cigars.
by far was it the lowest rated cigar I've ever had on any of our
That was
ratings.
back when we were doing movie ratings.
I hated that fucking thing. I don't even remember what I rated it. It was
We
was
would
one.
used to rate them on movies by actor, like what movies they've been in.
We had a
stuff like that.
well, so 1 to 10 felt overdone, and so
Yeah.
we would like come up with a metaphor to rate this,
Yeah.
and it was like overly convoluted, and videos took an hour and a half, so we quit doing that shit. But
It was kind of fun though.
Well,
Like, on Steven Seagal movies, how would you rate
Yeah,
this?
yeah,
Just-
and you had to come up with a reason you
Yeah.
called it like that. And it was like you had to come up with this whole fucking yarn just to figure out how to fucking talk about this.
it was
is
kind of
John.
fun, but it took too long. Yeah. All right. Well, I've actually been puffing on this pretty good, and I'm like
Your ash has
maybe
been pretty impressive the whole video.
halfway through this Toro size that I was lighting up at the top of so I'm a solid hour in on this, and I would say I have at least another half an hour to go in here. But anyway,
Top down camera.
this is Tyson 2.0 Undisputed, made by Gurkha.
Wait, say it right.
Tyson 2.0. No, I'm not. What if he sees it?
He's gonna come knock you out.
It's the 2.0 Undisputed. My apologies, Mike. No offense, but anyway, I'm
Please don't be
digging it.
mad at me.
He's booking
I will
tickets
say
right
it's
now.
fairly true to marketing in the sense that it is very medium bodied. It's smooth. I am getting a nice, pleasant little like peppery spice to it, but nothing harsh. It's just kind of in the undertone of it. It does say it's going to be sweet. It's not that sweet. It does have some cocoa, but it's like a lot of cigars. It's more of the dark chocolate, cocoa, baker's chocolate, whatever you want to call it. But
Not
all
the
in all,
infused
pretty
type
good.
of cocoa.
No, not overly sweet. In fact, this
Not like a
is,
Java or something.
I would, if I was going to repair it, I would go more of like a stout or a porter that's a little less sweet than this. But
Okay.
I am enjoying it.
That's
It's a
good
good
to know.
overall stick. Construction is fantastic, slow and smooth burning.
I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, like I already
Yeah.
mentioned, like
This is my second ash.
yeah,
I
you've had by far the most consistent and clean ash out of any of
yeah,
us.
and I've been kind of puffing on it, so it's holding up really well. So construction quality, top marks, flavored pretty good, medium bodied, smooth.
by Alaska standards, price wise,
This is a little spendy. It's not
medium high, not high.
medium high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So lower 48, I'm guessing probably like $11 stick, lower 48.
Probably somewhere
Ish,
around
maybe a couple more bucks, but
Yeah.
yeah.
10 to 16. Somewhere
10
in
to
between.
16, that's a pretty big range for a cigar.
Well, yeah.
But not unaffordable for a treat, and it's cool as shit. I mean, I love Mike. It's great to
It's
see.
a dope box.
It is. The
Yeah,
box.
I
It's
will
one of
say
the
that.
boxes.
It's a dope box.
It's a humidified box.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. It's got
You
the
take,
it's
you
got
take
a-
the box, you can fill it up with other cigars, and it's a humidifier, which is really cool. And it actually
Yeah,
seals.
the seal is
Humidifier.
designed.
like for a sick child.
Nice.
It's designed like an actual human.
Yeah,
It's
it has-
got a-
it-
you
it
press,
has
it's got a
the-
little lock.
Yeah, it has the thing in the back that's like with the aluminum grate and the black
Yeah,
thing.
you can fill it up. It comes with a little humidifier. You can fill it with distilled water, so you can actually continue. It'd be a nice desk piece, you know. But anyway, yeah, I wouldn't say this is like my new favorite cigar, but I will give it good marks for overall quality, flavor, and being true to its marketing. And it's just I'm having fun smoking it.
And how many boxes do you have in the inventory?
Right now, we just got the one. When you bring in a new expensive cigar, I don't
Well,
usually say get 6
consider
boxes,
that
but
what's left in that box sold. Okay.
okay.
All right.
We test the waters before we
Well,
order a bunch of
consider
Here's the
it
thing.
sold,
It's
alright?
been on the
Yeah.
shelf for one day, and then
Consider it sold. Okay.
Yeah.
well, what is it's a 10? It's a 10 count box.
15.
Oh, it's a 15 count box. It's been on the
And there's 14 in the box.
no, there's
13 now.
13,
Okay. Well,
and it's
that's
been on the
gone.
shelf less than a day.
All right. There's a
Wait, can I have one first?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, all right, because I want to try it now.
There's a Habano version available as well. I tried to order back when it's out of stock now, but we'll bring in the Habano eventually as well.
Okay.
That's it for me.
All right.
I'm doing Blind Man's Bluff. I've been letting this kind of rest a little bit, so we're gonna.
Do another retro. And that looked like that was a little painful.
A lot of cedar, a lot of white pepper. But overall, like it has crest as a cigar, so like there's a little bit of subtle sweetness in the background from Maduro. Very oily. I'm smoking up most of the table. And then I don't know. This is a great cigar. So far, I've really enjoyed it. As far as flavor profile, it's just kind of unique to the cigar. Like there's nothing I can really pick out. It's like a symphony of a few different flavors.
And you read the marketing link on it, yeah?
No,
No, you did not. Okay.
I did not.
Oh, on
Purposely.
purpose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get that. I like doing that too. I don't like going into something skewed.
Right.
I like going in with my own.
I'm going to assume that this is Nicaraguan all the way down, given that the heat is the way it is.
Yeah.
But overall, like it's an enjoyable smoke. It's something that I would definitely not want to sit in an hour and enjoy something over the course of an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's very strong. It reminds me of my father as far as the nicotine content.
It's one of those cigars when you pour your drink, you pour it a little heavy.
Yeah. So like you need to chill with this one, but no, it's a great cigar. I haven't had to touch it up once. It's not fudded on me at all. The ash has been very consistent.
Which is unique for you.
Yeah.
You fud a lot of cigars.
I do. It's just the way I light them and like.
And it's not a dig. I mean, because it's something how many years we've been doing these cigar videos with you for 5 or 6 years?
Yeah, and they always like dovetail.
And you consistently fud, and we don't have anybody else who consistently fuds. And over the course of the entire course, have we ever figured out why you fud and we don't?
Nope.
No,
Not at all.
Never
it's
once
just the
figured
way
it
I
out.
smoke cigars.
I mean, except for beforehand I sneeze on it.
So I have a
That
question.
cat,
You know,
right?
we've all gone around the table about the cigars we chose for tonight.
Mhm.
But can we go around the table and talk about what your favorite cigar is? Your go-to. What is your go-to, Dakota?
Me personally would be either the CAO spark plug or the Ape Hanger.
I was gonna say flathead. I really thought you
they're
said
both
flathead.
flatheads.
Oh, okay, all right.
So they're both flatheads. It's part of their flathead series.
Have you had one of the new flatheads that's up in the humidor right now?
That. I did not like the V23.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was something I meant to ask you earlier. I wasn't gonna bring it up on camera, but you brought it up. So I
Yeah,
thought
no.
I'd ask.
So like I love the flathead series, specifically the Ape Hanger and the spark plug. It's because they have a lot of Brazilian tobacco in there,
Mhm.
and I've found smoking cigars are like darker, oilier, and they always imbue with a Brazilian wrap or Brazilian filler of some sort or binder. And I don't know what it is about Brazilian tobacco, but it gets rid of the harshness, and it's just very basic flavors you can pick out. It's always cedar, dark chocolate, and a little bit of coffee. That's it.
So you
And-
you know exactly what's coming
know.
when it says
Yeah.
Yeah, so like when I get a Brazilian cigar from another maker, I already know what to expect, and it just runs in line with that. And I've found smoking cigars, having various different drinks. That's my go-to. Like if I don't know what to get, that's what I get.
Okay.
Who wants to go next?
Mr. Benjamin.
Well,
What's your favorite cigar? I'm actually curious about this now.
Quite a bit more cigar variety than most of us.
I'll throw out two real quick. My first favorite cigar was the Oscuro from El Rey del Mundo. It's an inexpensive stick. It's one of the OG Cuban brands, but they're being made
That
in
is a
Honduras right
great
now.
cigar.
It's very medium bodied, lots of sweet chocolatey spice, crisp white, perfect ash. I like it a lot. It was my first favorite. Still one of my most favorites. I haven't bought many cigars like boxes or whatever in recent years, but I finally decided. So the one box that I have purchased recently is the Cameroon wrap from Carenberg, which I really enjoy. It's a nice
burger cigar.
the Cameroon is one of my most favorites. I like when cigars have a natural sweetness to them,
Mhm.
just contained in the tobacco, and I like a little spice. And that cigar is smooth as hell, but it's got a pervasive sweet spice start to finish, and I just really enjoy it. So
Do we have those in stock right now?
not right now. It's always on reorder.
Next time we have one, let me know. 'Cause
Yeah.
now I'm intrigued.
But I like them
We're
enough
good
that
for
I was
an order.
like, it's like, you know what, I'm gonna have some of these on hand. So I got a lot of faith. There's so many good ones, but
Yeah.
that Cameroon from Carenberger, they're out of Nicaragua. It's part of the Don Kiki family.
Yeah.
They're fantastic.
Nice.
Olivo Melanio Serie V seems a little basic bitch to say that, but it's. I mean, there's very few cons to that cigar.
Mhm.
You know, it's I have never once had a bad experience with it. Never had a quality issue. I've never had a booking issue. I've never had a relight issue. It's a I don't have to worry about this fantastic cigar.
Yeah.
It's gonna smoke. It's you know what I mean. I'm not gonna have to relight. It's not gonna run. It's not gonna book. I'm not gonna have any of that. And so the Melanio Serie V and looking back at our sales, because I did that recently, I think I think that kind of justifies we do well with those, even though they're very expensive up here. They still do very well because they're that good of a cigar.
Nice. Ooh. So I've been on Dunbarton Trust cigars for a couple months. I found one called the Liga Privada #9. Okay.
Mhm.
Hell
Steve,
yes.
Steve Saka out of, well, you know, he used to be over at Drew.
Yeah.
And he's at Dunbarton now.
Mhm.
He's the guy at Dunbarton. He's putting out some pretty damn good cigars, man. But that Liga Privada is my go-to. A little nutty, little spice, a little bit of spice to it. But that's my go-to. And you did too. So the other one he put out was called the Umbagog. And he just did it.
I've had that.
And oh my gosh.
Really?
That
And
is
he
fantastic.
he named it after one of his fishing holes that he goes to. And it's a everyday, it's my fishing cigar.
Yeah.
Okay. Not too expensive, but
Yeah, I mean,
man,
your
it
hand
is
smolders,
yes,
come back
it
to
is.
it,
Yeah.
and burn the whole land.
Right.
We-
it
yeah.
is- it
We
is
brought in
awesome.
those ligas and
Yeah.
a customer request, I believe.
Yeah.
And they did.
Oh,
They did very well.
that's my go-to
Hmm.
right there.
It's a good pick.
Well, for mine, I'm piggybacking a little bit off of your Serie Milano, but when we don't have those in stock, the Caldwell King is Dead is fantastic. If we have like an event or something special,
Yeah.
those are the ones I go to. If not, then when we have them, the Perdomo 10th anniversary champagne. Those things are fantastic.
We have champagnes in stock right now, don't we?
No.
Oh, I thought we did.
The nicotine colored ones.
Yeah, they have they have the gold plastic cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, nicotine colors.
Like they've been stained in the box because you keep smoking near them all. No, they are fantastic light. They got that nice with a retro hill that you're out in the fields cutting the grass or fresh hay. It's just a great cigar, and I just enjoy that, and I don't feel bad taking one of those versus taking one of the King's Dead. So that's why the King is Dead is only during the special events, but the Perdomo definitely for every day.
Good call. That's a good too.
And then
No, we all have pretty good taste in cigars.
we do have one chatter that we didn't get to yet.
Oh, that was before we even started.
Mark, sorry.
There's no way Mark is still here to find us fucking reading this card.
But I like the idea of the whiskey pairing also. We've had Lon on, so maybe we'll be able to get him in again and try to get something going on with that.
Yeah, I mean, we did an event, the Garo event that we did with Long and Yealy over at Allocated went very well. In fact, to the point where we just about reached capacity. We were going to have to start turning people away. So, and it was on very, very short notice. So we generally don't worry about scheduling events during the summer because there's other places to smoke during the summer. During the winter is when we want to do our events. So we intend on doing more events with Long and Yealy and Allocated because they do great with pairings. And
Their pairings weren't bad. I
just
really,
stop.
I really enjoyed them.
Just stop. Okay, here's the
I
thing.
enjoyed them. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed the pairings. But they do go more medicinal as far as like their pairings are concerned. And that is something that was super good. But
Okay.
like at the same time, it's just like it was.
I'll say this. They had 3 pairings. We were going to buy 3 bottles. And I made the executive decision, I'm sorry, to buy 6 bottles instead. And we went through 4 3/4 bottles during that event.
Wow.
Like that's how well that pairing went with those cigars
They
and
were
those drinks.
fantastic.
And Long and Yealy, and I'm really sorry,
They have a guy I just met. His name is Lamb.
Lamb. That's right. I was gonna say I'm sorry I forgot your name, and they crushed
Long
it.
and land.
Long and Lamb,
Okay.
and they did a very good job, and it went very well. And
They did
so
a fantastic job.
they did. And they hung out and talked and glad hand and shook hands and was like, "What are you smoking? How about this and that?" And they were very careful about it, and they did a fantastic job at it.
Now,
That cognac was peak.
Yes. Oh, the cognac was the first thing that was gone. We went through 2 bottles of that so quick.
It was so good.
Now, if you haven't ever been to Allocated, they are just welcoming.
Yeah.
The store is.
You
Nick,
walk into the
Dale,
store and
it's
you're instantly
fantastic.
like, I've never been here in my life. My God, why haven't I come before?
And the customer service is on that level. It's like, what do you like? This, let me show you. How about this? You like this? If you like these notes, get this.
You
Like,
can even bring
I'm
up
not-
like cigars you smoke, and they're like, "Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You want this
Mm.
specifically because of X, Y, and Z. They are so knowledgeable. Like you go into Brown Jug, and they're like, "Oh, here's the rum section, here's the etc." And you might get a person, guy or gal, who knows a little bit more.
Brown Jug
but
is nice people. They give us
they
a
are
discount.
very nice people, but they have
They
the
have my stuff.
selection.
All right.
They have everything across the board, but you walk into Allocated, there is one person working the shop, and they know their shit. It's
Well, they're-
very curious.
They're boutique.
Yeah,
They're boutique,
Mhm.
and they lean into that.
Yes, very,
Right.
very.
I mean,
well, too.
yeah, exactly. But anyway,
Well,
um,
and I
on
guess
that,
we probably have to end this.
on that high note, is there anything you want to give a shout out about or talk about in
This camera, this
camera,
camera, this
this
camera,
camera,
this
this
camera.
camera, this camera, this camera,
Okay.
or possibly this one if you want to do that?
Well, you guys have welcomed us back. Okay, so I want to say thank you first of all. Okay,
course.
but I'm looking forward to Cigars and Guitars on the 27th. Looking
It's gonna
forward,
be fun.
and thank you for all the work you guys are doing to prep for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, 100%.
And hopefully we can do a bunch of other
Heck yeah.
stuff too, because I've got probably 6 ideas, but like I said, Cigars, Guitars, and then Smokes and Jokes in March.
Yeah,
Jokes.
yeah,
Okay?
Even today, we were talking about cigars and guitars, and Dakota's like, "Well, you don't have to stay if you don't want to." And I was like, "You think I'm not gonna miss this? Are you fucking kidding me? VIP pass. I'm
Right.
not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what I have to do. I'm fucking here."
Listen, don't miss this, man,
Yeah.
because the people that have passes, one at a point in his performance, this guy Dave Hamilton is the closest thing that I have seen, and I've been in entertainment since '96. The closest thing I've seen to Jimi Hendrix. Okay,
yeah,
so he
for
put
sure.
last year he was up here. He put his guitar behind his head, and the whole place went quiet. 200 people, and he just went off. And one of the guys who I thought was like the most discerning person in the room was like, dude, when he put that guitar behind his head, I was like, if we got that guy to say something, it was so yes, don't miss that.
I wasn't even considering it.
Don't miss it.
It's like,
But thank you all.
it's my anniversary. I'm gonna be here.
It's my birthday.
Oh, is it
And
really?
I'm gonna be
Oh
here.
shit.
You know,
We
so
got a cake, man.
yeah, oh no, you got to do all that.
Well,
But
I'm gonna embarrass you in front of at least
oh my
40 guys.
Let's not do that. We like it.
but guys, thank you for
Thank
the
you, RC.
hospitality.
Oh,
Okay.
it's a pleasure. Man.
Appreciate you
It's always
guys.
great seeing you.
Appreciate you guys.
All right.
On that note, we're gonna duck out.
Yeah, we'll see you guys on the first Saturday of next month. And thank you for joining.